This morning, we focus on country music singer and songwriter Amanda Shires. You might know her from the all-female supergroup, the Highwomen. She also won a Grammy playing fiddle in her husband Jason Isbell's band, the 400 Unit. Well, with her latest solo album, Take It Like a Man, the 40-year-old performer is stepping back into the spotlight. Shire told our Anthony Mason she isn't holding anything back.
I was always a sucker for your wrist at my cheek. There was a time I was your everything.
Amanda Shires made much of her new music in Silverneck Studios on her Nashville farm. But she has another name for it.
Actually, it's the Barn of Internal Wandering.
The Barn of Internal Wandering?
Mm-hmm. It's what's inside your mind.
It's where she writes and records.
When you think you've had enough.
Where she paints and creates. Under the dancing light of disco balls.
It keeps you young, I think, disco balls.
This is inspirational. Shires was 10 when she took up the fiddle in Texas. You spotted a fiddle in a thrift shop.
A pawn shop.
Had you played the fiddle?
No.
So why'd you want it?
I don't know. It was just, it looked like that was what I was supposed to be doing.
Her dad bought it for her. Her mom paid for lessons. By age 15, she was performing with the renowned Texas Playboys. So did they have any hesitation about inviting a 14, 15-year-old to play with them?
No. I mean, it helped them. They're like 70 and 80. I could carry stuff.
But Shires had dreams of being a songwriter.
I was known as a side person and player in Texas. And
it was 2004 when she hit the road. You came here to basically reinvent yourself.
Yes.
And she did. Her new album, Take It Like a Man, is her 7th solo record.
And I can take it like a man.
She also performs with the 400 Unit, the band of her husband, Jason Isbell. And it was Shires' idea to create a female country supergroup.
We're the Highwomen. We sing a story still untold.
The Highwomen also features Brandi Carlile, Maren Morris, and Natalie Hemby. What made you want to put together that band?
Honestly, it was my daughter made me want to do it.
Hello, today we're doing Spring Stinks.
She thought of Mercy, now 6, while listening to a country radio station that played 22 straight songs by men.
Then I called that station and I said, hey, I'd like to hear a little, like a song, you know, where a girl sings.
Redesigning women, running the world while we're cleaning up the kitchen.
The Highwomen's debut album hit #1 on the country chart in 2019. So the songs come out of this?
Mm-hmm. No, lines come out of this.
Shires takes lyrics from her journals. And for her new album, she says, she went deep down a well. What'd you find?
Myself.
Had that been missing?
Nope. Time out.
You all right?
Yeah.
But she needed a moment.
Be right back.
No worries. And when Shires returned, she talked about her disappointment with people in the music business.
And then you get into a room with somebody that says, I don't think that's a good song, or I don't understand what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
And it starts making you think that something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Did you take it personally?
I mean, obviously.
You can cause serious trouble.
That influenced her new music. So did some troubles in her marriage. So what was going on?
There was a disconnect.
I don't think you even recognize the loss of control.
It began while Isbell was recording his album Reunions in 2019.
It was just a war in the studio. It was like a war he was having with himself and with me. Suddenly, within our house, he lived in his own invisible house, and there was no windows and no doors. You couldn't even get to him. Like he was there, but he was just impenetrable.
Slam the door so hard I still hear rattling spoons. The sound of silence rings in every room.
So, did you get into the house ultimately, or what happened?
Oh yeah, and you would think you would get in it by writing your confessional songs like fault lines and texting it to him.
There's nothing left to fix. You could say I lost my grip.
I was gonna take that one off the record, and he said, "You gotta leave that one on there. It's true, and it's a good song."
You could say it's all my fault.
You moved out at one point for like 10 days.
Well, during reunions, hell yeah. He had to do some of his own internal wandering. There's some old wounds and things and stuff that he had to get to a place he was ready to get to.
Did he get there?
Yeah, he did.
But you feel like you're in a better place?
Yeah, I think we're in a good place and we're happy. I think we're both still in love.
I know I can take it like a man.
Isbell plays behind Shires on much of the new album.
I'd like to say I'm really happy with myself for crying at you.
What is that feeling of satisfaction that you feel?
The first person I got to cry at was you.
Oh.
And it's the only time it's gonna happen. I gave you that exclusive cry.
Exclusive cry, thank you.
And I know I can take it like a man.
And Anthony is here with us. Wow, Anthony, I was already a huge fan of Amanda Shires and the Highwomen, but this interview, there is so much going on there. I love how vulnerable she is in speaking to you, but also you can tell still waters run deep.
Yeah, a lot. And I want to say that first that producer Lawrence Rothman helped her craft the really striking sound on this album. But part of the reason she got tearful in the middle of that conversation was she said, I almost gave up music. I thought music was breaking my heart, but then I realized it was people who were breaking my heart. And I was really upset that I even considered giving up music. And she went through even more she had an ectopic pregnancy almost a year ago, right after she was in Austin City Limits. She actually couldn't get out of bed one morning. She was in so much pain. Those are really dangerous. It's when a fertilized egg develops outside the womb. She's fine now, but that's just another thing that Amanda went through in the past year or so.
Anthony, you do an amazing job, but this is one of my favorite sit-downs because as a married man, I identified with certain things she was saying. She was very vulnerable, transparent, and honest, saying, I had to do some soul searching, but so did he. And I think that's an important lesson for all of us. When you're in any type of relationship, it's okay to step away for a second, say, I need to fix myself, and maybe you do too. And when we get back together, we can get on the same page and be evenly yoked.
They have a very unusual artistic relationship. You could tell by what Jason said, put that song on the album. It doesn't reflect well on me, but it's a great song and it's true. That tells you they back each other up artistically, and they did that even through all of their troubles.
I think a lot of people will take a listen. I mean, if they didn't know who she was already, to see that type of depth, you want to know more. You want to hear those songs.
Yeah, it's real.
Well done once again.
Awesome.
Anthony, thank you.